Hi, I'm Kim. This is Pastor Mike. I've found that I have some questions that I think other people probably do too. And Pastor Mike has agreed to explain some things, to research some things, to give us some details so we can understand. I did ask him the meaning of Tenebrae because I did not grow up hearing that specific terminology in regard to Holy Week, and I want to understand.
Okay. Tenebrae means the service of darkness. And it celebrates that moment when Christ gives up the Spirit on the cross and the thunder and the clouds roll in and it is dark. And only a Roman soldier can make any sense of it when he says, surely he was the Son of God. So Tenebrae has to do with a kind of a reverse look at what the world would be if there never was a Christ. And so in typical Tenebrae services, there's a multi-lighted candle, multi-stick candle, and as the story is being told of Christ on the cross, one of the lights is extinguished at a certain point in time, and then it has evolved into, at the time that a light is extinguished, somebody carries out, say, a Bible. It just goes out the congregation, through the aisles, and out the back door. And then another light is extinguished as things are explained, and then the offering plate goes out the door. And then, as the story continues, another candle is extinguished, and a songbook goes out the door. In other words, all of these things are going into the grave, even as Christ died on the cross and was taken down from and put in the grave. We're going into a state of darkness. Tenebrae is Christ going into the grave, and finally the symbol of the cross, maybe the communion cups or the communion trays. Each symbol of our conscious worship and love for God is taken out the back door, and then there is a loud clap, a loud noise as all of the lights go off. And it is as if they've rolled the stone into a place to cover the tomb. The service of darkness is kind of a depressing thing, because what if there never was a Bible? What if there never was a Son of God? What if there never was a cross? What if all of the worshipers through the years gave money to something that had no real meaning? What if all of the songs that were ever sung, do you see how it is in reverse?
I've definitely never attended one of those services. Mm-hmm. That's very impactful, disturbing, something that makes you think. And I guess that's what's intended.
Yes, it is, absolutely. One of the wonderful names of Christian authorship is C.S. Lewis. And one of the books that he wrote is called The Screwtape Letters. And in the Screwtape Letters, C.S. Lewis had to enter a reverse mind. He was trying to get, Uncle Screwtape was trying to get his nephew to deny God by getting Christians, deceiving Christians. And so the Screwtape Letters are the writings to say, this is the way you should do it, this is how you deceive, this is how. And it was such a dark thing for C.S. Lewis to enter into that reverse mind that he said on a radio show many years after that he had prayed and asked God to never let him enter that state of mind again. So it's the biggest what if of darkness if and so what else could there be when Christ comes down from the cross and goes into the grave and they roll the stone closed? One day the world is in darkness. There is no light. There is no truth. There is no hope. 2 days and the world is in darkness. 3 days. Now I can't say any more or I undo the joy of what I want to talk about this Sunday. So at that point in time, in a true liturgical traditional church, each symbol comes back into the building. Well, some people are so overcome with emotion just at a Bible walking in and a cross walking in, because for them, the revelation that changed their life and gave them hope for eternity was resurrected.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so we renamed it, the Protestants did. We thought, that's pretty good that it all comes back in. So we name it Good Friday.
That explains a lot. I never could figure out why anybody would call that good. Mm-hmm. Why the day that Jesus died on the cross would be Good Friday, except that it's good that he saved us, but good didn't ever seem right.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense,
it's
too.
in that anti-type. It's the whole spirit of what if. And then the joy, of course, is going to come. It's Friday, but Sunday's coming.
Yeah. That I'm familiar with.
Okay.
Well, thank you for explaining that, because I've heard the word. Again, it's another churchy word, and I was raised in the church, but I never knew what the word meant, and I guess I just never thought to ask. Mm-hmm. Thank goodness I've come to a point in my life that I ask a lot more questions.
Yeah.
And I've got somebody to help answer them.
Oh, well.
Join us again, because he's going to keep answering questions. I really feel like he will, and I'm going to keep having them very clearly. And maybe you'll benefit from some of the things I've wondered about. And we do, get messages on Facebook, and we have a way to get in touch with us through the church webpage. And we'll put all that in the show notes or in the Facebook post. So if you've got questions that I haven't thought of, we'll give them to him and see what he says. Thank you.